what does that next step says? Okay, creating a flow. This is the most important one. And this is the most difficult one, creating a flow. So if you remember that we have to take care of 4 different flows or 4 different scenarios. One, when user will receive thank you for calling message, and also press 1 for sales, press 2 for support. Second scenario is you have to repeat if the customer was not able to hear or he didn't provide any input, 1 or 2, then the message should repeat. That's the second scenario we have to take care of. And the third scenario is timeout. If in case user is not pressing anything, message is repeating, but user still is not pressing 1 or 2, then in that case, it should time out and disconnect the call. And then error message, if anything goes wrong, in that case as well, the call should get disconnected. So we have to take care of all these 4 flows with the help of creating a flow. So guys, I want to break it down. So creating a flow is also having multiple things. One is play prompt. Remember this terminology, which is play prompt. The meaning of play prompt is to play a message that thank you for calling, or please call later, or all the team members are busy, please call later. So whenever you want to play a sound, okay, you have to select play prompt. Okay. B, you have to get the user input, get the customer input. So how will you get the customer input 1 and 2? When the customer is pressing 1 or 2, we have to get the customer input. So this is the second component of flow. Third is set working queue. Now, setting working queue is important because that call can go into support queue, or that call can go into sales queue. So this third component is very important. I know that you are not able to understand at this moment all these components, but in a while you will see everything very clearly, that what I'm talking about. D, you will basically assign it to the agent. Okay, so you will transfer it to the agent. Okay, and the E, you have to disconnect the call. So I will be using these 5 components. Okay, I will be using these 5 components to design these 4 scenarios. Okay, what are the 5 components I'm going to use? Play prompt, get customer input, set working queue, agent, and disconnect. So I'm gonna use these 5 components to design my 4 scenarios. Let's see how. And it's gonna be very interesting. Trust me, everyone. Please be glued to the screen. It's gonna be very helpful. Now I'm gonna click on this navigation bar, and here we see an option of flows. When I click on flows, right? Now you will see some default flows available, but we don't care about these. We need our own flow. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create my own flow. So click on create flow. When you click on create flow, it gives you a window and it's an entry point where the call will come. And then over here, we have to create the whole flow. It's a very easy. It's going to be like drag and drop, and we will be able to create it. So first of all, what am I going to do? I'm going to play a sound that thank you for calling Best Buy. Okay, we are happy to hear from you. So we can put that message. So I'm going to search over here, play prompt. Now you have to drag this, click on it and drag it over here. When you click over here, and what sound you want to play, click on this play prompt and click on this text to speech option and write, thank you for contacting Best Buy. Best Buy. Okay, thank you for contacting Best Buy, and I'm going to click on save. Now, next step is that our IVR has to speak. Press 1 for support and press 2 for sales, right? For that, I'm going to use customer input. Okay, get customer input, because press 1, we have to take an input from the user, right? So for that, I'll be using this component, which is get customer input. I'm going to drop it over here. Okay. Again, click on get customer input, and you can type over here. Press 1 for Best Buy sales. Press 2 for support center. Okay, so this is the message which customer will hear. Press 1 for Best Buy sales and press 2 for support center. And if you scroll down, you can click on add condition, type here 1, and then click on add condition 2. So you are expecting that either customer will press option 1 or press option 2. So click on save. So over here, you can see that this is a text which customer will hear. Press 1 for Best Buy sales, press 2 for support center. After that, when the customer will click on pressed 1, what will happen? So we have to set a working queue. Okay, so I'm going to search over here, set working queue, and I'm going to click on over here. And again, this is for press 1. So I'm going to connect this to here. Okay, and then I'm going to pick here working queue. This is for press 2. So I'll basically connect over here. So in the first, I'll click on the heading and I'll buy agent. So if it is sales, so it should go to John, right? The call should go to John. And if it is support, the call should go to Tom. So I'm going to select this and I'm going to click on save. Now over here, I have to transfer. I have to place a transfer to the queue option. You will see a block, transfer to phone number or transfer to the queue, whatever you want to do. So I can just put transfer to the queue. Okay. And here I'll connect this. And here also I will connect to this so that the call goes to our agents. Now we see over here that we have created a flow over here. You can see over here that we have created a flow. Customer will give a call. He will hear first message. Thank you for contacting Best Buy. Then customer will hear press 1 for Best Buy sales, press 2 for support center. If the customer press 1, it goes to John. If the customer press 2, it goes to Tom. Now over here, you have to connect these options. Okay, please connect this. So if you see, all the success is connected to the next option. Okay, so this play prompt is connected to get customer input and it is connected to this. So all the successes are connected. Okay, now we have created our first scenario. So you can see in the first scenario, thank you is done and press 1 and press 2 is done. Now we have to deal with second scenario, that is repeat, that how it will repeat. So in case of timeout, over here you see timeout, I will again, just give me a moment. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play a prompt first. So I'm going to play a prompt here. And in this play a prompt, I will say, you have not selected any option. You have not selected any option. And I click on here. Now the timeout option will go here and success will go back to here. So what will happen whenever the timeout happens, it will play a sound that you have not selected an option. And then it will go back that press 1 for sales, press 2 for support center. So you see it's simple. And even I can do the same thing for default also. I can play the same sound for default also. Now in this, you see that error option is not attached with anything, but it is very important that we attach the error option as well. That is our fourth scenario though, that error option. So we have taken timeout also and repeat also. So by this block, by this play prompt, we have taken care of repeat, that it will go back and repeat it. And we have also taken care of timeout. If in case of timeout, it will again say that you have not selected any option, and again it will repeat. So if you see the flow, it is connecting to this, and after success, it goes back here. So this is in the loop until the customer clicks on the, clicks on the button, it will keep repeating. Now you need to put error. For error, again, I'm gonna put a play sound that there is an error. So I'll put over here an error block. In this error block, I'm gonna say an error has occurred. Please call later. Okay. So over here, you can see now what I'm gonna do is all these error blocks, I'm gonna connect here. So if any error occurs in the whole flow, it goes to here. Okay. You can see everything I'm connecting over here. Even the capacity I'm connecting over here. Now you can see that over everything I have connected to error. So if in the whole flow, anything goes wrong, this error message will play. An error has occurred. Please call later. And after that, but you see over here that there are two errors which are not still connected. These two are still not connected. Everything in the flow is connected to some other block, but these two error blocks are not connected. For that, you have to take the last component, that is disconnect. So take this disconnect, put over here, and connect this flow over here. So you can see that now the whole flow has been created, and we are taking care of all the 4 scenarios. So first, it will play a sound. Thank you for contacting Best Buy. Second, it will take the input that press 1 for sales and press 2 for support center. After that, it will automatically, if you press 1, it goes to John. And if you press 2, it goes to Tom. And now over here, you can see, like, if at any moment, if there is anything which has to be repeated, it is coming on this block. And if there is any error in the whole flow, it goes to this block. And after the error, the call gets disconnected. So I'm going to save this. Okay. So before saving it, you have to give it a name. So I'm going to say Best Buy flow. Okay. Now I can save this flow. And now I can publish it. See, it was easy. Okay, there's some issue right now which we have to resolve before we publish it. So now over here, we see an error over here. Okay. So we see an error. Okay. So we have not connected this success anywhere. So if the error occurs, then we again disconnect the call. So if there is any error, it will call an error has occurred. Please call later. So this success will also connect to disconnect. Now I can save this and publish it. See if it gets published this time without any error. Okay. So flow has been published successfully. And this is what we wanted, that our flow has to be created. So it is very easy, it's not very difficult. Once you create your own, you will be able to deal with it very easily. There are many other components which you can learn on the go over here. But right now, to create a basic flow, this is enough. After that, once your flow is created, it means that we are done with this 5th step also.